Nick Marshall, Sammy Coates, and Cameron Artis-Payne spending their break from the pros to give back to kids in the Birmingham area. But make no mistake, there was no slacking off, even in the oppressive heat, especially if you were in Sammy Coates' group, the now Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver, telling the kids that he had been up since 4:30 in the morning to work out before the camp, so there was no reason why they should be tired. But in all seriousness, Sammy just trying to give these kids a valuable experience like the one he got growing up in Leroy, Alabama.
My first camp, it was the greatest experience I ever had because I'd never been anywhere. I came from a small area. When I got a chance to go to something new, it was great, and I enjoyed every moment. And it taught me how to respect everything I do, so that's why I'm at this place I'm at now.
Cameron Artis-Payne not as tough on his kiddos, but making some big predictions for Auburn this season, especially on the success of quarterback Jeremy Johnson.
I've been saying this since my first year that I got Jeremy winning the Heisman. First quarterback in the draft. Might be a little premature, but I just got that much confidence in that guy. He's a great player. 6'5", got a rocket for arm, smart and read the defense, pre-snap. He just does all the little things to be a great player, and we've been waiting to see it, so I'm excited to get his year.
Jeremy getting a lot of comparisons to Auburn's last Heisman Trophy winner, Cam Newton, but Jeremy owned it at Media Day, saying that he doesn't really compare himself to anyone, including the Carolina quarterback. And speaking of Auburn's starting QB, he was supporting his high school team at the National Select 7-on-7 tournament yesterday. Got really excited for this game-winning touchdown from Xavier Lane. Carver Montgomery beat Clay Chalkville 24-22. And four-star tight end Thaddeus Moss right there, making some big plays for Mallard Creek in North Carolina. He is, if you couldn't tell by his size and his ridiculous wingspan there, the son of NFL great Randy Moss. Well, it's the middle of July and 67,000 people packed Lambeau Field, not for a game obviously, but to honor one of the greatest guys to ever play it. Former Green Bay quarterback Brett Favre inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame last night and gave a shout out to fans for Green Bay's winning tradition. Mountain Brook's Will Wilcox has been getting his stride on the links this past week. The 2008 Alabama amateur champion finished 8th in the John Deere Classic last weekend and making moves on the leaderboard at the Barbasol Championship in Opelika this weekend. He's 12 under on 18 here, putting for the outright lead, but just misses the putt right there. He is tied for 3rd place right now. Scott Percy on 18, he tries to take the lead, but a miss there for him too, but he would birdie on 18 to take a share of the lead at 13 under. Alabama junior and Wilmer native Robbie Shelton still in the hunt. He's tied for 8th at 10 under, and he knows it's all a mental game, especially in this heat.
I'll be a little nervous tomorrow, but my confidence is pretty high. My ball striking really well, but my putting could be a little better for sure.
The action continues later today in Opelika. We'll have highlights at 5:30 and 10. The whirlwind week that is SEC Media Days is over, but we learned a lot about what will come for this season. Alabama, namely, has a lot of work to do, especially on offense, before the Tide takes on Wisconsin in Arlington on September 5th. With the loss of Blake Sims, Amari Cooper, and TJ Yeldon, lots of holes to fill on that side of the ball, giving younger guys a chance to step up and prove themselves. And head coach Nick Saban knows there are plenty of pieces of the puzzle still to put together.
Even though we had much more balance on offense, much more diversity, I think we lost a little bit of that. And I think it's important that we sort of gain that back so that we're a physical, relentless, competitive type team that nobody wants to play.
Jake Coker expected to be the starting quarterback. He took snaps with the first team all spring and is the only QB that has had game experience. Finally this morning, Friday night's Dodgers-Nationals game lasted 4 hours before it was called after 5 innings, thanks to 3 separate power outages. Now, stadium officials don't know exactly why it happened, but Nats pitcher Max Scherzer calling out Taylor Swift because she had a concert at Nationals Park this past week. He tweeted his theory, ending it with #BadBlood. And I don't know if Max Scherzer has seen the music video for Bad Blood. You don't want to mess with Taylor Swift and her crew.